side hurts really bad right now. Executive Borat.
Today on the program, we have a Vice President of Student Government, Neumann Media Executive Board Member, Student Activities Executive Board Member, Presidential Ambassador, Orientation Leader, Emerging Leader Mentor, and RA Hopeful, all rolled up into one person. With so much on his plate, we're very lucky to have him. Please welcome Mr. Brian Forrest. Thank you for being on the program.
Thanks for having me on. Thanks for having me on.
No problem. So you're heavily involved here at Neumann.
I'd say.
What are you most proud of?
My most proud thing, the thing that I'm most involved in that I really love is Neumann Media. Neumann Media is awesome, and we've really grown in the past few years.
Oh, very nice. What part of Neumann Media are you involved in?
All of them. I just wrote my first 2 articles for the Joust that came out in the February edition. Wow. I have my own radio show on Wednesdays, so today from 5 to 6:30. I am the assistant director of NSN, so I help broadcast all of the athletic events, mostly basketball games, hockey games, stuff like that. And for YouTube, I recently completed a recycling video as well as helping out with the texting and walking videos and stuff. So you can go see them on YouTube. Just type in YouTube TV and EUTUBE. So it's kind of a play on Neumann, but.
I saw that video. Nice trick shots, by the way.
Thank you, thank you. They were all made at first shot, obviously.
Of
obviously.
course.
Continuous
the Kobe
camera
Bryant
angles.
of recycling here. So, how do you balance all this academic work and all this involvement with Neumann Media and everything else here?
No, you see, everything really, I don't really separate it as much because Neumann Media really helps out like within the classroom. See, I'm in TV 1 right now, which is television production 1. We actually have the weather woman from Fox 29 teach it, so it's pretty cool that we have people in the field actually working with us. But with YouTube and NSN, it's really like supplementary education. Like, you know, everything I learned in YouTube helped me out in TV 1. Everything I learned in NSN also helped me out in TV 1. And there, you know, I also took Radio Ops 2 with Sean McDonald. Sean McDonald also, you know, takes part in other radio stations as well around here in Gradier Media with WMMR, MGK. And Joe Bonadonna he brought in. Joe has his own radio station, Radio Voyager. So it's really cool because in our Radio Ops 2 class, we get to learn how to work a professional board, learn how to voice track radio, record radio shows, as well as do them live, record sweepers, commercials, really learn how to do audio production as well as radio operations in the studio, as well as, you know, we even get to do stuff outside with the yeah, so we can do remote broadcasts and stuff. So it's really neat, and it's cool to have professional opinions like Sean and Joe right in the classroom. So really, just to direct myself back to the question, it's more or less just, you know, that's more or less my study time. So whenever I'm wondering what to do in, you know, in TV 1 or anything like that, you know, when I'm doing NSN or YouTube, I figure it out. When I'm doing the radio station, that helps me with my Radio 2 class. So. And the Joust, obviously, any English class would help with that.
Yes, definitely.
But it was really cool to see myself published for the first time.
Sounds like you get a lot of hands-on experience.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is, though. You know, it's just adding on to the classwork, which is really cool because everything kind of corresponds.
Oh, very nice. So, where do you? Oh, I'm sorry, my fault. Have you had any really cool experiences with Neumann Media?
There were, besides seeing myself published for the first time, actually one of the stories is from that. I was, my first time doing, having a media pass into somewhere, and it was a really cool experience because I was like, the Joust, it's just a college newspaper, they don't get like media privileges or anything, but I got into the Philadelphia Auto Show before the black tie tailgate.
Wow.
Before it even opened, and I got to take pictures and stuff. I had the cool little media wristband and stuff, so I felt pretty official. I saw like the newscasts and stuff there, and I got to take pictures and write the article on it, and I love cars, so that was a cool thing. But my most memorable experience with Neumann Media came last year, the ECAC West Hockey Championship. Our hockey team was in there, and they wanted someone to go up and help broadcast. So Mike Gallo came over to me. He's the director of NSN, and he's like, do you want to go up with the hockey team? I was like, yeah, sure. You know, who's doing it with me? He's like, no one. You're going by yourself. So I didn't know. I had broadcasted the hockey team before, but I never personally really knew all the guys. So I went up, ambition kind of took over, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it. So I went up to Hobart, New York, a 5-hour bus ride with 33 guys that I didn't know. Stayed in a hotel room, got to know the guys. There were some pretty cool guys there. It's, now I get to say hi to them and stuff. So, but when I was going, I was scared to death. I didn't know any of these people. I was just walking in the locker room with a bunch of equipment. It was kind of funny, but it was worth it. And just having that experience of going up, they lost, but having the experience of going up and getting out of my comfort zone really helped me with other broadcasts and just getting out of my comfort zone to do other things.
Very nice. Where do you hope to have Neumann Media take you after you graduate?
My dream job would be really to call play-by-play or color for any NHL team. The Flyers would obviously be dream job because they're my favorite team. But I just love hockey, and I would love to stick with calling it the rest of my life. That would be just perfect.
Suits you well. Mr. Forrest, thank you for being on the program.
Thanks for having me on. It was a pleasure.
No problem. Okay, so thank you. Coming up after the break, our musical guest, Vanilla Ice, and then sports recap with Chris Berman. So don't touch that dial.